Alright dudes, Hayzink here and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a bit of speculating today. Speculation is always fun, it's always a good time. Before we go in and do that, if you don't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video and do all that good stuff. So guys, today we're going to be doing a bit of speculating about something that I think there's a chance that might be coming to global a little bit earlier than the timeline suggest, and that is Disgaea 6. Now, the reason that I'm talking about Disgaea 6 today is obviously, as everyone is now well aware, the Disgaea 6 demo is available on the Switch. That has caused there to be a little bit of excitement, a little bit of people looking forward to the game coming out. And when this happened on JP, when Disgaea 6 launched in Japan, it had a collab with Disgaea RPG. I say a collab, I don't really know if you can call Disgaea 6 being in Disgaea RPG a collab as such, because it is the same property, so I think it's just in it rather than a collab. But they did time it to have it coincide with the launch of the game. Obviously, it makes sense to do that because if you bring out a new game in a franchise, you want eyes on it. You want people to see those characters, be exposed to them, and it's something that could maybe make you try that game out. Also, the reverse works as well. If you try Disgaea 6, you might like it, find out your favourite characters in Disgaea RPG, and it's something that will make you jump over and try out Disgaea RPG. Now, looking at our timeline, it doesn't really look like Disgaea 6 would come out on Disgaea RPG to coincide with the game releasing, which is round about a month from now. But I think they might bring it forward. Okay, now unfortunately, Bolt Trend haven't actually done what they've said up to this point. So up to this point, they've said we're kind of tied. We need to do what JP does. We can't bring things forward. We can't really change things. But we already know that that's not the case because they brought the Tyrant Valvatores banner forward quite a considerable amount. By doing that, they've already shown us, the community, that they have got scope to move things around. And to me, it makes no sense for us not to have the Disgaea 6 content added into Disgaea RPG earlier than we would expect. Now, the way that they're doing things with regards to speeding up banners, overlapping events, kind of says to me that if they do this maybe one more time, they're going to have a 2-week period free where if they wanted to, they could quite easily drop the Disgaea 6 collab in that spot. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just feel like there's a good chance it might happen because, like I've already stated, there isn't a better time to do it than when the game launches, because that's essentially free promotion for Bolt Trend. And at this point, it is Bolt Trend we're talking about because they are the European publisher, or sorry, the worldwide publisher. Because you think about it, if people go on Google or they look on YouTube and they search Disgaea 6, if they start seeing Z and stuff like that appearing in another game, which is Disgaea RPG, and they're like, oh, hang on a minute, I like this guy, he's in this game, I might pick it up and have a go. That's something that's far more likely to happen in the first couple of weeks that the game's released than it is 6 months down the line if we got the collab when we should get the I keep calling it the collab. You know what I mean? If they get added to the game on the actual timeline, a lot of the Disgaea 6 hype will have died down. So they're going to miss a natural boost in attention and eyes that could be on the game. I mean, this is going to sound really, really silly, but the only way that people can experience Disgaea 6 characters in the form that they like, which just from general feedback, most people seem to still prefer the 2D style to the 3D style. But Disgaea RPG is going to be the only place where you can actually capture these, like, get to play these characters in the 2D style that you love and you're accustomed to. So if you're a Disgaea purist, you might actually decide, you know what, I'm going to give this game a go. I like Zed, I like how he looks in 2D, I want to try him out. And then before you know it, they're either going to love Disgaea RPG or they're going to hate it. But the difference is, they'll give it a go when they might not have given it a go up to this point. So I think that there is a high probability that in the next month or so, there is a good chance that we could get the Disgaea 6 addition to Disgaea RPG. Now, again, what does that mean? It means that potentially, the timeline that I spoke about in the other video might be slightly off. But the thing is, it'll only be off by about a week. Like, Asagi would still come at the start of August. It would just be like the second week in August, which is still the start of August. Um, there's not really that many things that they would have to move about to make this happen. Now, the only thing is, a lot of people won't have attachment to these characters. So, will they summon? That's something I don't know. And because of that, I'm going to preempt this a little bit and I'm going to put out a couple of videos going over the characters and stuff like that. I'm not going to do like an individual video for each one. I'm just going to do like a video quickly going over all the characters that the Disgaea 6 collab brings to Disgaea RPG. I'll probably do another video talking about events and stuff like that. But I just want to fully prep you guys because, like I say, I think there's a really good chance of this, mainly because if I was running a business and I was putting this game out, it's certainly something that I would do. And I feel that if they have a brain cell between them, they will put out the Disgaea 6 collab. No offence to Bulltrend if you happen to watch this video, you've made not 100% smart moves along the way, so I don't know whether you will or whether you won't. But I think that this is one that really should happen. So because I think it should happen, and because I think that a company who is running a business has to surely be smart enough to know that the best time to release the Disgaea 6 content for this game would be on the launch of the Disgaea 6. I'm going to run with the logic that it's probably going to come early. Again, whether or not they're smart enough to do that, we'll see if it bears fruit. But I do think that it's worth a discussion, and I do think that it's worth me bringing to you guys' attention. So I think, based on kind of the timeline for when Disgaea 6 is due to launch, I think we might see the Disgaea 6 banners, event content, all that type of stuff launching on Disgaea RPG probably around about the end of July, the end of June, start of July. Again, this is a prediction. I'll be happy for all you guys to come back later and say, Hayzink, you were wrong, you're an idiot, why did you make that video? But I do think it's definitely worth taking into consideration that the Disgaea 6 content may get pushed out a little bit earlier. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think it's feasible? Do you think it's something that might actually happen? I don't know. Have you been playing the Disgaea 6 demo? What's your thoughts on it? I'd like to know as well. And also, the big one for me, because I know not all of you are on my Discord. We've discussed this on the Discord, but I'll get a discussion about it on YouTube. What do you think of the change of style? Are you someone who's pro 3D Disgaea, or would you rather Disgaea 6 was just traditional 2D? I know that's not really a lot to do with Disgaea RPG, but I still want to know, so tell me in the comments down below. Anyway guys, I'm putting my prediction out there. I think we're going to get Disgaea 6 content towards the end of June, start of July. Let me know down below if you agree or if you think that I'm smarter than Boltrend and they're not going to do that. I've been Hayzink. Thanks for joining me on this video, and I'll catch you on the next Disgaea RPG video, dudes. See ya.